Hi Aries, this is going to be your reading. I thought I was going to keep all of them together, but again, you guys are getting your own individual videos here, so I think that's how I'm going to keep doing it. So I'm going to jump right into it, Aries. That's funny, I'm actually seeing a Dodge Ram commercial. That's hilarious. Anyway. Aries. I'm seeing roses for you, Aries, so maybe something, maybe there's something new that's beginning to bloom. Color red is very important to you guys right now. Ooh, that one just slipped back and then flipped again. Wow, you guys are like longing for somebody. And one more. Ooh, wow. Okay. Be called to pull one more. And I actually got two more, of course. So we got true love very soon. Free yourself. Calling in your soulmate. And engagement. Oh, I'm sorry. Engagement. Maybe it's hidden from you since I just tried to show it to you like that. I don't want to reveal the surprise to anybody. So I do feel like you're dealing with a situation where you're longing for somebody. There's somebody that you're longing for. I don't know if you've met this person or not already, but it feels like you've met this person. Maybe you guys dream about this person a lot. I am feeling a situation where you might be in a situation with another individual that you feel is coming to a close because of differences, major differences of opinions, major differences of lifestyle. There's something like that where you tried to make it work with somebody, you tried to, mesh lifestyles, but because the styles of living were so different, it caused chaos in your life instead of synergy. I feel like there's a big presence of a loop here, like a loop. It could be a cycle, could be thoughts. There's some type of loop, a wheel. It's like the wheel is always spinning type of situation here. The compass is spinning, the wheel is spinning. But see, you know what direction you need to go towards because your intuition's telling you what direction you need to go towards. It's very clear to you. And you've been making the efforts of aligning with your soulmate. You've been calling to them. You've been longing for them. And it's actually bringing you guys closer together. But just be careful because you don't want that to turn into toxicity. You want to make sure that you allow the universe to have its room to work. Like, don't put expectations on things, is what I'm hearing. Don't have expectations. Right off the bat, we have Ace of Wands. So that tells me that there's something that took root. There's something that's growing. There's something that's alive. There's something that is vibrant red. Passion, lots and lots of passion. There's something about centipedes here. I'm hearing willow bark. I don't know what willow bark is. I don't know if that's a tree or not, but there's something about willow bark. Oh my gosh, Aries, you guys have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. I feel like you guys have been searching for fulfillment. And I actually feel like you got fulfillment from the universe. Some of you guys might have gone into a deep healing state where you learned how to comfort oneself by being in nature. You learned how to comfort yourself by being a part of the environment, by going outside. It's like Mother Nature filled your cup. It filled that life. It filled that back into you. There is deep, intense transformation for you guys as well. You guys might be in a situation... I don't want that card. Sorry for the hesitation. Yep, there it is. Okay, that's better. I was going to say sorry for the hesitation, you guys. If it just doesn't... If the card doesn't speak to me, it doesn't fall. There's a situation where you guys went through a big battle. There was a lot of storminess, a lot of dark emotions, a lot of heavy emotions that you guys kind of had to root your way through, and it kind of unearthed yourself into this deep sense of transformation, this deep-rooted epiphany type of moment here for self-love and for abundant love within yourself. And I really felt, I felt this presence come out immediately of self-reflection, and here we are with the High Priestess here, almost looking a lot like the Hermit in the traditional tarot deck, because see, there she is sitting on her throne. She has her tools, she has all she needs, but she's studying, she's researching, she's looking deeper into something. The third eye is open. So whatever messages that are coming through, she's getting. Like, it's like I say she because it must be a feminine energy here. But it's almost like somebody took some time out to find this passion, to find this love within themselves, and they're doing this research. They're trying to figure out, what's my next step? How can I'm hearing transmutation. I'm just seeing something evolve and turn in synchronicity. And as these wheels are turning in synchronicity, all of these doors are opening up. And I feel like somebody has been illuminated to the fact that somebody might have been taking advantage of their kindness or their passion or their energy. It's almost like somebody's been taking advantage of the energy that you're carrying, that beauty, that grace, that love, that passion. It's like somebody's been feeding off of it, and you're figuring it out, or you're doing intense research about something divine, something out of this world. You could be looking into astrology, you could be looking into tarot, you could be looking into divination, you could be looking into metaphysical topics in general. There's some type of research about, like, not so much of science, but more of like the mythic realms, like maybe I don't want to say folklores, but like there's something that's being looked into that is of like a supernatural level. But it's being done the correct way, is what I'm saying. It's being done the correct way. So like somebody's like sitting in their power, and they're very wise, they're very intuitive. They are somebody who's very much well familiar with the mythic realm. Like, they're very much well familiar with their own power, with crystals, with they do a lot of stuff with candles. They're very, very in touch with that realm. And I feel like there's a contemplation of, it's almost like somebody sniffed out a rat. Like, that's what I'm seeing, is just somebody sniffed out a rat. And whoever this person is that you're dealing with, they've been secretly kind of behind your back, like dropping matches and lighting fires that you have to put out. So this person could be bringing unnecessary conflict to you. They could be bringing unnecessary drama into your life. And I feel the sense that somebody's stepping into their Queen of Swords power, and they're like, Like, isn't this kind of like a, like, look at the expression on this feminine's face. It's like, oh, you think you're gonna get away with that? Like, I'm gonna whip my sword out from behind me and, like, you watch, kind of thing. Like, this person's not playing around with whatever it is that they're studying, whatever it is that they're doing. They don't want any distractions. Like, they're holding this Ace of Cups and this Ace of Wands, they're holding it to themselves because somebody's been taking advantage of it. And this person's like, oh, no, you don't. Like, you're not going to take that away. Like, I'm going to have my cup full. I'm going to have my passion full. And you're not going to, like, leech off of that, especially while I'm studying, while I'm researching, while I'm stepping into my place, while I'm going on my path. You could be dealing with somebody who just got on their path as well. And this person takes it very, very seriously, especially because it's in the spiritual practices. This person could be studying. This person could be, you know, I'm hearing of Vatican. Somebody could be going to, what is it called? Where, they could be thinking about becoming a nun. Like, somebody, like, it's something of a very high spiritual power. Even shamanism. Like, there's something here where somebody is practicing, they're studying, they're researching, and they're trying to devote that time, but somebody's just kind of like being temperamental about it. Somebody's not allowing that person to have their time, not allowing that person to have their space. They're bringing conflict to the table, and you're like, I'm not having it at all. Like, you're like, you keep doing this, you keep it up, and I'm going to cut you out type of situation. We have the Moon card here that fell out. And yeah, see what I mean? That Queen of Swords is looking right at this Moon card here, and she's looking back at a reflection of herself, and she's looking in the mirror, like, she's like, what is this that I'm seeing? What are the illusions? What illusions do I need to see in this? And I feel like she's figuring it out. Like, she's really figuring it out, because this feminine energy, and again, it can be vice versa. Like, it doesn't mean that it has to be a woman, or it doesn't mean that it has to be a man. But whoever's in the feminine energy here, they know what's going on. They see through the illusion. It took them a while. Less than a year is what I'm hearing. Less than a year. Yeah, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So we have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles and the High Priestess. Big, 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 big feminine power, feminine energy, like somebody really stepping into this. It's almost like she sees the illusion. She's looking into it. She knows what's going on. This feminine energy has the capacity to find the answers within herself. That's somebody very powerful. I just saw 1313 on the clock. This feminine has the capacity to seek all the answers that she's looking for within herself. She's going up the ladder. Like, she's going right towards what it is that she wants. She wants a higher engagement. She wants a commitment. She wants something that's real. And this feminine energy is not going to give up until she gets the very best, is what I'm hearing. And good for her, because she deserves it. Or he deserves it. Yeah, somebody feels very sad. They feel like they missed an opportunity. This is definitely the masculine energy. It's almost like whatever, and again with that centipede. Yeah, I feel like there's a situation where somebody's just moving forward and they're leaving what no longer serves them. And I feel like this person feels like they missed out on an opportunity of passion, but there's somebody who's moving forward into a position of love, into a position of unconditional love, unconditional self-love. And I feel like this Knight of Swords, it's almost like as this feminine energy takes that time for herself and withdraws and really dives into the intuition that she has, I feel like this masculine energy is like, they're like swallowing knives. And basically everything that they've said, everything that they've done is coming back around, and I'm hearing it's haunting them. And maybe it is because this feminine energy really stepped into her power, but it's almost like this masculine like treated it kind of like it was a game. Like it was like, how many matches can I drop before a fire starts? How many matches is she going to put out? And then she's like, I'm not even paying attention to how many matches you drop, because that's not my freaking problem. If you want to drop matches, you drop matches. But if you start a fire, you're the one putting it out, not me. It's like she's not taking that responsibility anymore. And she's turning the tables and putting it back on the person responsible. Like, here, you made this mess, you fix it. And then we have the four of swords here. So I just wanted to make sure that said swords. So yeah, there's a situation where somebody, it's like closed casket. It's closed casket. It's like something closing is what I'm hearing, closing. And it's almost like somebody feels like they've had like nails like driven into them to keep them quiet, to keep them confined, to keep them stuck. And this person's not taking those nails anymore. They're pulling the nails out of themselves. I know that sounds really morbid, but it's kind of what I'm seeing here. And with this Chariot card, it's like there are other people who are waiting for this feminine to figure this out. Like there's other people who are like, okay, time's ticking, like looking at their watch, like, come on, tap, tap, like, and this person's just kind of like blocking them with these shenanigans. And I'm not sure what these shenanigans are, but I'm just hearing shenanigans. Yeah, because you've planted seeds and you're trying to move forward, and you're trying to water and nurture those new seeds that you've planted, but you're looking right at a situation where you're like, did I invest in something toxic? Did I invest in the wrong thing? Have I been nurturing the wrong seeds? And we have the Tower moment here right underneath the moon. The Tower moment, I'm sorry. We have the Tower card right underneath the moon. And underneath the Queen of Pentacles, we actually have the Sun. So the feminine's been illuminated to something, and this tower has been like a maze. It's been an illusion. It's been theory. I don't know what theory is, but it's like somebody's very logical in their thinking process, which takes me back to the book that she's reading. Like somebody's really doing their research on like personality types, or like, you know, maybe even narcissism, but there's something like somebody's like gathering their information, gathering their facts, and then they're going to present it. And when they present it, this person that they're dealing with, who's a masculine energy, they don't see it coming. And they're like, oh shit, they're calling me out on my own shit. And they actually feel like they missed an opportunity because of their own actions. They feel like their own actions have costed them a very passionate situation, a very passionate beginning. And I feel like this person has their own, it's kind of like they have their own little cubby of dilemmas, is what I'm hearing. It's like cubby of dilemma. I'm just seeing kindergarten kids with their cubbies, and they're putting their stuff in their cubbies. And it's like this person has a cubby full of stuff, and they can't get any more in. And they're trying to get this passion in, but they don't have any room for it because they're so clustered with all this other stuff that they need to empty their cubby hole. And I'm seeing, here's the Three of Swords here. So there's been a lot of like backstabbing. There's been a lot of, it's almost like this person's like looking at this person like, have they noticed that I've stabbed them in the back? Like, have they noticed this yet? Have they picked up on this action yet? And this feminine energy is like, oh, I see what, and it's almost like I'm getting a feeling here where this feminine is completely detached from what's going on in like a very non-personal state. And she's like looking at herself objectively like, oh, I see somebody stabbing me in the back here, but how, and blah, 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 yada, 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 like going down the list of like problem solving, like, oh, so-and-so stabbing me in the back. And instead of having an emotional response, they're like, how can I analyze this? Why are they what are their actions? What are their motives? And they're picking apart everything analytically, and they're like, oh, how do I problem solve this? What could this mean? So if this person keeps repetitively stabbing me in the back in this way, does that mean that that's a cycle? How can I end this cycle? And it's like they're looking at their own experiences as something greater above them, where they're able to detach from their own emotion to see, oh, that's a cycle that keeps happening to me. Okay, well, from point A to point B to point C to point D, these are my actions. This is my steps I can take. Okay, here is a healing ceremony I can go to. Here's this, here's that. And it's like they're problem solving, but with no emotion attached to it, even though they're completely filled by the universe. Like, they have so much self-love, even though somebody's stabbing them in the back, but they're just like, oh, I wonder why that person keeps repeating that cycle. Maybe they have a cycle within their own life that keeps repeating, so then they feel like they need to do this to me, and yada, yada, yada. And it's like this never-ending, like, oh, like this mythic vision of what's happening to this one person. And I really hope that you guys understand what I mean by this, because this is going to land for somebody, just maybe not everybody. Aries, this is really intense. Like, what a mindset this person has. Yeah, and then we have the Six of Wands. So it's like somebody's going to move forward. Somebody has, like, they have victory over a situation. They have success over a situation because they're not putting up with it anymore. They're guarded. They're guarded by people. They're guarded by ancestors. They're guarded by spirit guides. And it's like they can process their emotions on such a level that they have such a successful time, like, getting out of it, that it almost blows everybody away. Because they're like, how did she come back from that? Or how did he come back from that? Queen of Water. Relationships developing to a new level. Trust your intuition and care for yourself and others. And the Queen of Water really has a tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, and loving attitude. And I really feel that off of this High Priestess energy here, because I feel like she loves herself so much to, like, look at things objectively in a non-personal state to see what's really going on in the big picture here. So we have the Three of Water, and then we have the Eight of Water. So this is a lot of emotion, even though she's not in a very emotional place. She's very analytical in a different realm, I should say. There's a lot of emotion that's being handled, but she's doing it like a boss. And it's like a celebration, a wedding, a graduation, a birth announcement, the need to have more fun in your life. I don't think so much of a celebration of sense, but I feel like it's the need to get out and to have more fun, the need to reconnect with those that you love, the need to celebrate your own existence in life and those around you. And this is the desire to move on, to find something more fulfilling with spiritual and emotional growth. So in this time frame, I feel like there's going to be like a huge, and when I see celebration, I actually hear awakening. There's an awakening that's coming. There's an awakening that's here. There's an awakening that's present. And this has to do with somebody who is very much well in their position of a good place. They're in a good place. They're in a position of power. They know what's going on around them. And there's not much that's going to get by this High Priestess energy. Even though she's looking at a book, her intuition is on fire. Like, her intuition is so connected, and she's so full. He or she, they're so full that they're just like, nope, I'm going to focus on what I can get next. Like what can I achieve next? What can I get next? Like, what can I'm here. What's the word I'm hearing? I'm hearing it, but I can't put it to what can I accomplish next? What task can I overcome? What mountain can I climb next? That type of an attitude. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.